Hello, ghouls, and welcome to Brave the Basement. I'm your host, Ghoul That Rules.
I'm your co-host, Black One Jack 2.
If you enjoy getting a little scared, ghost stories, haunted houses, a believer in the supernatural, or maybe even a skeptic wanting to look at things from a different perspective, then this is the show for you. Hey, Blackjack, how's it going?
Well, I am doing fantastic. It is Halloween today.
It is Halloween, and because it is Halloween, we decided to do a ghost hunt. So, Blackjack, I don't think there's a whole lot I want to say because I'm just ready to jump straight into this ghost hunt for everybody. And we'll give you our thoughts on the ghost hunt right after this. So here it is. Hello, ghouls. I'm here with Blackjack. Hey, Blackjack, how's it going?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
All right, so we're getting ready to head out on a ghost hunt. And we're going to be heading to Dead Man's Hollow Cemetery. So just to give you a little bit of background, and this is a stone that is actually in the cemetery. We're going to read it from a photo we pulled up online. Wason Cemetery, burial site for pioneers of this community from 1845 to about 1878. Legend was formerly part of the adjacent farm owned by Joseph Wason, who was buried here in 1847. So then it goes on to talk about why it's called Dead Man's Hollow. Dead Man's Hollow. This area is known as Dead Man's Hollow because of an accident which occurred near here on May 3rd, 1848. John Turner of the Monroe County, driving a team to LaPorte, was killed when the horses bolted and the load tipped over on him. He was buried in the cemetery. The gravestone later erected by his son. So, the legend is, Blackjack, that this cemetery is extremely haunted. Not only does it got a really cool name as Dead Man's Hollow, but supposedly there's ghosts in that cemetery.
I am super excited because you came down and you're like, hey, I have an idea. And I was like, alright, spill it for the podcast. And he's like, let's go on another ghost hunt. And I was like, sure, was it? Where are we going? And he told me, and I am super excited and stoked to do this. So I'm all ready. I told him yes in the first couple seconds.
Yeah, it didn't take me long to convince Blackjack into going on this ghost hunt. So unfortunately, it is raining, but we're not afraid to get a little wet. So we're going to go ahead and head out, and we're going to see if we can capture a couple ghosts tonight. You ready, Blackjack?
Yes, I am.
All right, Blackjack. So we just arrived at Wason Cemetery. And I tell you this, I just got a real creepy feeling tonight. What do you think, Blackjack?
Well, I mean, right when we left, I felt something a little creepy too. When we were getting the directions to this place, you want to talk about that, Ghoul?
Yeah, so I'm using Google Maps to get here, and as we're driving, we're just talking and
about ghosts too.
Of course, about ghosts. That's the fun of ghost hunting. Just kind of get yourself in the mood. Well, my phone, just all on its own, starts going on about how it's lost. And I'm like, what do you mean the phone's lost? It's sitting right next to me. And Blackjack and I just looked at each other and said, ooh, this is getting really creepy. So we're real excited, and we're getting ready to go in. Blackjack's going to take some pictures. So just to kind of describe it to you, there's a small sign that says Wason Cemetery. And there's this little trail. And we're getting ready to walk into it. So we're going to go ahead and start walking now. And we're going to see, kind of describe everything we're seeing. Blackjack's going to take some pictures. And then we are on a mission to find John Turner's stone. So we'll see exactly what happens. So we're walking up, and this is a really small cemetery, isn't it, Blackjack? Oh, here's...
Oh, there's the stone.
Yeah, well, not John Turner's stone, but this is the stone that we read right before we went, so I won't spend time reading it again. But this is online, where it talks about the cemetery itself and how it's called Dead Man's Hollow. So it's as soon as you go in, straight to the left. So Blackjack, if you kind of want to take a picture of this, and then we'll start proceeding on to see what we could see. All right, Gould. So we are currently right now just walking around the cemetery. Now, at first I thought, when we first came in, I said, okay, this is a really small cemetery. But it does open up over here, yeah, on the left when you come in. So it is bigger than I originally thought. We've been just walking around the past few minutes just trying to see if we can find John Turner's stone. This is an old cemetery. And you could also hear that we kind of have a thunderstorm going on right now.
You know, why do we always come when it's raining and storming?
You know, I think it's just the luck that we have when we try to ghost hunt. The problem is our schedules just, I've been so busy, you've been so busy, and this is kind of the first chance we've had to ghost hunt. And Blackjack's currently taking pictures. And, you know, I mean, when you got, you know, just one day available, that's what you got. And then kind of what the weather is what it is. So again, we're just walking around right now. We're not necessarily looking for ghosts. We are just trying to find John Turner's grave. So we're kind of going from stone to stone to see if we can find it. If we can locate it, we'll have Blackjack take a picture. And then we're going to actually spend some time, see if we can catch anything paranormal.
John.
Nope.
Wrong John.
Wrong John. It was a John, but it was not our John. These stones are extremely old, very hard to read. As you'd expect, there's a little frog that just kind of went by my foot. Unfortunately, nothing paranormal about the frog, Blackjack.
No, unfortunately not.
I did hear something in the woods, but I think that was an animal.
Kind of creepy.
I mean, if there's another frog. So if anything, Blackjack, I mean,
No
this is a really cool place. So I think we looked at about every single stone. So Blackjack, if you just want to take a couple pictures of some stones here, so we can kind of show everybody.
If you flash the light this way, it looks kind of creepy over here. Is there anything over there we missed?
No. This is kind of like our last ghost hunt, Blackjack, where we got a big giant hill here.
Yeah, both sides this time, but it's more clear. I'm going to take a photo.
Yeah, go ahead and take a photo of that. The rain's starting to pick up. Blackjack's already got his umbrella out. So I don't see anything there. We wasn't able to find John Turner's stone, unfortunately, or if we did, we didn't know it because you just can't read it. There are a couple stones that are just laying down that have fell over from time and age. So Blackjack, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording here, and we're going to spend some time just kind of messing around and see if we can get something scary to happen. And if something happens, we'll jump back on recording. Alright, Gould, so we're just walking around the cemetery still. The one thing I want to point out is the grass is well kept here. And if you go ahead and look overhead, Blackjack, you'll see that there is a power line that runs through here.
Yeah. Alright.
So I don't know. And then shine your light kind of down this little path. So there is a path kind of off the cemetery. It looks like it's not well maintained, but you can kind of see. I think that is simply so they can access the power lines if they needed to correct something. It is raining pretty good. Luckily, we brought umbrellas for this adventure. Last time we wasn't so lucky on our ghost hunt. So far, nothing has happened. Once Blackjack thought he heard something, and I told him, I said, no, that was just me stepping on a stick.
I was so scared.
We shut the flashlight off, kind of hung out underneath this tree because we and just kind of looked around for a few minutes. I was able to see some lights over there, but I think that's kind of down the hill. I think that's people's houses. What do you think, Blackjack?
Yeah, like, I felt like I saw something over there, but I honestly, let's just give it a check, one more time.
Yeah, well, we'll go ahead and take a walk over there. If nothing happens, this is still a very neat cemetery. Kind of reminds me a lot of the last ghost hunt that we went on, the Halloween ghost hunt. The cemetery is kind of similar. It's kind of up on a hill. It's well kept. It's hard to read the stones because of how old this cemetery is. So right now we're just walking. We were still unable to find John Turner stone. Like I said, these stones are so hard to read. We could be standing right next to it and not even know that we're at that stone. So as we're walking over to head to where we've seen these lights that we just believe are houses in the distance, we're just checking things out. Like I said, we haven't seen anything yet, but we're not ready to give up. This is what happens when you go on ghost hunt. Sometimes nothing happens, and sometimes the scariest thing that ever happened to you in your life happens. So we'll just have to see what happens here. Alright, Ghoul, so Blackjack just told me that he thinks that he's seen something. So Blackjack, why don't you go ahead and start explaining what it is you think you saw?
So I was turning and I took a picture of this, and I'm looking straight ahead, and there's that tree. Do you see that tree, how it hangs down to the ground? Well, right a little bit under it, there was, when I turned a bit, there was a flash of light, where if I go like this, there's nothing. It was like, I don't know, about as, it looks like as big as my hands, and it's just like a white flash of light for 0.5 seconds. And I don't know. Did you not see it?
I did not see it. I was actually in the middle of a phone call, talking to someone familiar kind of with this area, because there's supposedly there's another haunted spot, and we'll talk about that later, Blackjack. So this light that you've seen, you said it was about the size of your fist. Was it a circular shape?
Yeah, it was circular. I mean, it just came from straight ahead, and now it's not here anymore.
Okay, so if we was to start walking that direction, could you tell me roughly where it was when you seen it?
Yeah, we can go. It's straight ahead.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and walk this area. I did not see this light. Like I said, I was kind of talking to someone on the phone, trying to see if they knew directions to another little location that I was reading about online. Okay, what was that, Blackjack?
So it was right under this tree lot. It came straight ahead. Now I don't know if it came from here or all the way in that tree line, if you see it from all the way back there. But that was kind of freaky. It was just there for 5 seconds.
So we're standing roughly the spot that he believes. So either, Blackjack, I'm thinking two things here. Either you just seen an orb of some kind.
See that light right there? That's not the light. That's
right.
That's pure yellow. I mean, I was talking, it was pure white. I mean, white as snow.
So the light that he's talking about, we're kind of seeing through the yellow light. I should be more specific. The yellow light that he's talking about right now that we could see clearly through these trees looks like a street light or a security light of some kind. So nothing paranormal there.
But it's at an angle. That's what I don't get. That's at an angle. I was looking straight ahead.
And so about how high was it, Blackjack, that you seen? How high in the air was the light, if you don't mind?
You know what outside is? About around this area.
So it was about 4 feet in the air that you seen. So if we compare it to that light, even just standing here looking at that light, you can obviously tell it's above your head. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it was mistaken. So, like I mentioned, I'm thinking two things here, Blackjack. Either you seen an orb, which is a paranormal sighting, or probably something even scarier, because it is a storm, a lightning ball.
A lightning? What's that? Explain to us.
So I can't really explain it scientifically what a lightning ball is, but essentially it is lightning in the shape of a ball that could travel through and through the air. It could travel through your house. It can kill you.
Oh, that's great.
So either that's an orb or it is a lightning ball. The lightning, we're seeing some flashes of light, but we're nowhere close to
What I saw.
Where the main storm is. So I mean, we're not in any. I don't feel that we're in any danger here from lightning. If I did feel we were in danger, we'd be gone. So we're gonna go ahead and keep wandering around. Blackjack, just take some random pictures. If you're seeing an orb with your eye.
Hang on, did you see something wrong with the flashlight? Just for a second?
I thought that something just passed in front of it, kind of like a.
No, nothing just passed in front of it.
Like a bug or something. Because
No,
it did.
You could see. I'm gonna start taking some pictures. Maybe I can see something here.
So Blackjack's taking some pictures. He's the one. I have not seen anything yet, but Blackjack, he's the one having some experiences here. So we're gonna go ahead and jump off. We're gonna explore this possible orb that we've seen, and Blackjack's gonna take some pictures, and we'll let you know if anything else happens. All right, Gould, so we're still investigating this orb. We haven't seen anything yet, but I'm going to tell you, you know, when you first walk in, there's kind of two sides. There's a side on the right, and then there's some open area with nothing in it, and then there's a side on the left.
Not gonna lie, it's kind of dead.
And I get this calm feeling right now when I'm kind of on the right side of the cemetery.
Yeah, it's not bad over here. That's why I made that joke. But when I turn over here, man, there's something going on when you turn in that. There it was again, a stupid flash of light.
I didn't see it. I still didn't see it. But I do get this just eerie feeling about this other side here, Blackjack. So let's head over there. I can't really explain it. I'm not a psychic. But I, like I told Blackjack, I do kind of, remember we talked about that zone down feeling that I get sometimes if I go in a house? I'm kind of getting that feeling right now about this side of the cemetery.
You know, I have this feeling like I'm being watched right now.
Blackjack has a being watched feeling. I'm having just kind of something's not quite right on this side. But when I go to the side on the right, I feel calm and peace. But when I go on this side, I definitely feel something. Where'd you see that second orb?
Just in the same area.
In the exact same spot that we were.
Exact same spot, maybe 2-3 feet to the left.
Okay, so we're still looking. We're not seeing anything, but I'm telling you, Blackjack, I'm getting this feeling over here. So we're going to keep kind of slowly walking and kind of see if we can see this orb again. And hey, we forgot to mention that weird noise. We heard some weird noise that I said, what was that weird noise? And Blackjack said, oh, we better go check the car, because every about 10 minutes or so, because you can't see the car from where we're at, we go back just to double check that our car's safe.
Yep, there it was again.
I was looking the other way talking about the car. It was in the same spot.
Yep. It's like every time you turn around, Ghoul, maybe you should turn around more.
So you want me to just start talking from the other direction, Blackjack?
Just for my hypothesis.
Okay, so that's 3 times that he's seen something. Blackjack, I think I just seen something. In the area that you were saying, look just to the right in those trees. I seen a little flash. I don't know if that was what you were seeing or not.
Like every time, like, you know how like sometimes if there's like a sign, you get a glare. Every time I'm moving this flashlight, you're not getting that flash, right?
No.
So there's not anything metallic.
Right, because, what we didn't talk about, we had a hard time kind of taking a picture, and you guys see it online, of the entrance to this place because the flash on his phone, when he took the photo, it just came out a big blur where it said Waste and Cemetery. So we had to do some things. So I know exactly what he's trying to say here, that, if you move your flashlight a certain way and you kind of catch something metallic, you'll get a flash. He's tried recreating that orb by making this flash, and we're not seeing anything as he does it.
Let's try dark.
Okay, so right now, other than the thunder, we're standing here kind of in the open area I described, in between the right side and the left side with the flashlight off. We wasn't able to see anything. Blackjack just turned the light back on.
I kind of got a little scared.
Right now, Blackjack, I'm kind of getting this feeling over here on the side I was getting bad feeling from. I'm kind of getting a feeling of peace over here.
Yeah, I've also...
But I'm kind of getting a weird feeling behind me now about this side.
Yeah.
So back to the right side.
I don't think they're happy with me because I made the joke. I was kind of trying to hopefully aggravate them.
So we're walking back over to this right side because I was getting a peaceful feeling over on the left. Now I'm kind of getting a feeling in front of me and behind me, Blackjack.
Yep.
You're feeling that as well?
You feeling the watch feeling?
I am. I feel like we're just kind of in the center of this thing. Surrounded at this point. But I'm not seeing anything.
What is that electric thing?
Electric thing? You talk about,
Just dang on.
yeah, that's just part of the actual electric line. Nothing there. So, we're going to go ahead and continue our hunt. And if anything else happens, we'll jump back on here and talk about it. Alright, Ghouls, I'm standing here with Blackjack. We went back to the car. We just kind of wanted to regroup our thoughts here and kind of talk about what we've seen, what we felt, and we've decided we're going to go back in one more time. So we're going to start from the car. It's not a very far walk. So we're at the car. We're at the Waste and Cemetery sign. We're heading back to this trail. Right now, I'm not feeling anything. Are you feeling anything, Blackjack?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Now, I don't claim to be psychic. Like I said, sometimes you just get kind of these feelings. So we can see the right side of the cemetery as you walk up. And we're going to walk up. That was just my foot dragging the ground.
Oh my gosh, you. Stop, bro. Stop.
Did that spook you?
Yes.
So just the sound of my shoe kind of scraping against the ground kind of spooked Blackjack. So we're walking in now. I'm not feeling anything here, Blackjack.
No, it's just peaceful, man. They're just sitting here peaceful. But then I turn here, dude, and then I just get this. I have chills just running down my whole front side of my body, and it's uneasy.
So other than Blackjack seeing an orb maybe 3 or 4 times, I thought I seen something.
Like a flash of I thought I just saw a flash of a figure over here, but I'm not too sure on that.
So I seen a flash a little bit ago. Not sure what it was. What I seen I don't think was paranormal. And I already gave my thoughts on what I think Blackjack seen. Either he's seen an orb or a lightning ball.
Maybe they're tracked through. You take the light.
So I got to hold the light, the umbrella, and my cell phone all at the same time. Because it is raining pretty good here. I'm dry though. These umbrellas are working.
I'm going to take the pictures.
Blackjack, I'm starting to get a peaceful feeling here.
Yep.
Standing right here right now in front of me, behind me, I'm feeling peaceful. I'm not feeling anything.
I don't think so. Yeah, it's starting to. I'm starting getting a calming feeling now.
I'm starting to get a very calming feeling.
Alright, turn around.
So we're going to turn around. He's just taking some random photos because you never know what you'll catch in a photo. We'll have to review them after the hunt. And then, all right, Blackjack, here, go ahead, hold this flashlight again. So again, I'm just feeling calm, Blackjack. I feel like
I think it's over.
I think whatever we were feeling is gone. All right, Blackjack, so I think we're going to call this a pretty successful hunt. Blackjack seen some orbs. I did not. Got some strange feelings. And we'll have to review the pictures to see if we caught anything good. We heard some crazy noise at least once. Not sure what that was. We originally thought it was coming from the car. So we went and did a car check, we call it, because you can't see the car from the cemetery. We just want to make sure no one's trying to vandalize the car. But other than that, I think we're wrapped up. What do you think of this ghost hunt, Blackjack?
I think it was pretty fun. Just walking around here. I think it's a pretty neat place. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Now, I did mention earlier that I was, on a phone conversation with somebody who's pretty familiar with this area, looking for this other place that there's a lot of reported paranormal activity. They did not know the location. I couldn't find it quite online, so I'm going to do a little bit more research on my own time, and if we can find the location of that, Blackjack, we'll check that out at another time for another episode. So, all right, ghouls, hope you enjoyed this ghost hunt. And so there it was, folks. There was our Dead Man's Hollow ghost hunt. What'd you think, Blackjack?
Wow, it was just one of the creepiest things I've done, and I've done a lot of creepy things, with ghost hunts. Actually, not really.
So this is, I believe, your third ghost hunt. It's probably my 10th millionth, but
third, yeah, I think, maybe.
Well, we did Moody's Light, the Halloween ghost hunt of 2021. And now Dead Man's Hollow ghost hunt.
Yeah, it was just weird with that presence, of how they were it was on and off. And then I saw those lights. It was so creepy.
Yeah, so you seen I seen something that may or may not have been, but since you brought up those lights, Blackjack, I did mention, and I used the term lightning ball. And so after the hunt, that was on my mind, and I said, well, I'm going to do a little bit of research. So, I said it wrong. It's ball lightning. And so you asked exactly what it is, and what's really funny is science agrees that ball lightning is real, but science does not agree on how it occurs. And there are numerous scientific theories from the research that I've gathered. The problem with ball lightning is they're not able to always recreate it when they try to do it inside of a laboratory situation. So it's not that it doesn't happen. Science just isn't exactly sure
on
how it happens. Exactly. And then the next thing that you brought up was, that presence. And this is what stuck out to me the most about this ghost hunt was even though you possibly seen some orbs, we did not get any photos of orbs, and you could see the photos that we took on bravethebasement.weebly.com and the ghost hunt page. But the feeling was extremely overwhelming at points. So as you walk into the cemetery, there's kind of two parts. There's the side on the right that's got stones. In the middle is just wide open grass, and on the left are more stones. And when we got into the center at that one point, Blackjack, I just felt surrounded. Like we were just being watched and we were surrounded. What'd you think?
I think I had it worse than you, to be honest. I just felt creeped out. There was points where we turned off the lights. I was like, no, this is awful. but yeah, I am kind of, I was disappointed that I didn't get any photos. I was just, I don't know, I was just having technical difficulties, I guess, or whatever. So they didn't come out as great as I wanted it. But yeah, it was definitely creepy.
Yeah, and so the overall ghost hunt, I think, even though we didn't capture anything that you could turn into the scientific community as being dead on examples of ghosts existing, as we only seen some orbs. Well, actually, Blackjack did. I did not. But I can't stress enough that feeling that we had. And what I found really, really neat, Blackjack, is every time I had a feeling that, hey, I feel peaceful on the right, but not peaceful on the left, you had the exact same feelings that I did. And when you listen to us, when we both mentioned that we feel surrounded, we both kind of mentioned almost at the exact same time. So the feeling was definitely real. I hope you guys really enjoyed this ghost hunt. We do got some more planned. Don't know if we'll get them snuck in before winter, but we definitely going to do some more ghost hunting because it's one of the things that we love doing, and we wanted to do more on this episode, but things don't always work out. Not on this episode, but on this podcast, but things don't always work out exactly the way you plan on it. So, Blackjack, you got any final thoughts on that ghost hunt?
Other than other than when we were first getting there, with the GPS being lost. That was kind of funny and creepy at the same time.
Yeah, so as we're driving there, I'm using my phone as a GPS, and we're just driving and we're talking, and the phone goes on. I mean, it was like, what, a 30-second rant?
Yeah.
From the phone. My phone's talking, and it's saying that your phone is lost. And since my phone's lost, I need to do this or do that. And I'm like, what do you mean my phone's? I'm GPSing through my phone. It's sitting next to me. And that's when Blackjack and I just knew, because we wasn't even at the spot yet. We just knew that this was going to be an exciting ghost hunt. So, hey, if you have any ghost stories that you would like to share, we have several different ways you can submit them. You can email your story to bravethebasement@gmail.com. You could submit your story right on our website at bravethebasement.weebly.com. Just go to the Contact Us page. You do not have to provide your name or email to submit a story. Just submit your story. You can also submit your story on Reddit under the subreddit Brave the Basement, and you can also post your story in the YouTube comments section. If you have any audio files that you want to share with us, you'll have to email them at bravethebasement@gmail.com. Send us a link on YouTube or post it to our Reddit page. Otherwise, through the website, I unfortunately do not have a way to receive them. And I'd also like to remind everybody that Brave the Basement hats, and I just got one, Blackjack, and it's awesome, are available on our store, bravethebasement.weebly.com. And that brings us to the end. We hope that we brought you just a little fright. And remember, when you're up late at night and you hear something in the other room that just doesn't seem right, it's okay if you need to turn on the light to protect yourself from things that go bump in the night. I'm your host, Ghoul That Rules.
I'm your co-host, Black White Jack 2.
And I hope you join us again. Until next time.